Well, good morning and welcome to the cold, cold winters of Canada. It feels like minus 26 outside. That's Celsius. Yeah, that's just not cool. Anyway, today I was going to talk about the journey that, we've all been kind of subject to here in the last little bit here on the channel. And also on Twitch, TikTok as well. It's been a very, very interesting time. Um, I fell into what I've done here with the furry fandom and just making friends and talking. And the one thing that came across my mind in talking with a couple people, and it was like, this is the most myself I've ever felt. And they turned around and said the same thing right back. They were like, being able to do something more that's larger than life and just amorphosize your own sona at this point into whatever it might be, and in my case a phoenix. It's been a very telling time. The stuff that I've talked about here on the channel is stuff I've talked about in the past, but without real reasoning behind it or meaning behind it. Now it has so much more. It's more of that journey that I took to find myself here. When I first started the channel, or when I first started really uploading on the channel and playing Magic the Gathering Arena, it was a start. It was to get into the groove of streaming and to get into that. And then I did the weekly videos, and that was to get used to editing and get used to things. And now here we look at the channel like 8 years later, and it's the whole journey that I've taken in the sense of where I was to where I am now. And this is something I've always reflected on in my life. Those that don't know, I was pretty much an orphan child, living on the streets at the age of 16. I lived on the streets for about 7 months. And that survivalist instinct kind of kicked in that time. And that is something that I have dealt with here in quite a bit, and why I reached out to YouTube in the first place and why I made videos in the first place was just to have that social interaction. Lo and behold, I should have maybe reached out into the furry community, not even knowing that maybe I would have found something more than just what it is and been larger than life then. But that's in the past. Now, the moment that I'm living myself in or finding myself in is a place where things are much different, where I have friends, I can talk to them, where I'm actually there for friends when they're having a rough time at the same time. And it's quite humbling at that sense. I make these videos, and some of you will sit there and you will watch the entire thing. You will watch right to the end and stay gripped to my words. And some of you at this point will click off. It's about 3 minutes into the video, and that's where I see people clicking off the videos. They're like, okay, I've heard enough. I'm going to move on to the next video. And you know what? That's how YouTube operates. Unfortunately, that's how that goes. So those that wish to stay, usually by the end of the video is when I get more to the point and more to things. But if you're clicking off at this point, subscribe to the channel. That's the one thing I can ask, is that you subscribe to the channel. Were you listening for the first little bit? Well, that's great. Subscribe and come back and listen to the next video, or look through my back catalog of videos. I've got over 1,000 of them at this point, which is absolutely ridiculous. I've poured a lot of my journey into these videos, and it's a very telling time for myself. You stand there pretty much facing the sun, and you just take it all in. And when you sit there and reflect on everything that has happened, you just shake your head and go, how did I not see this before? And why did I just kind of be blind to it? Well, part of that, I'll say this straight up, is probably depression and mental health issues, blocking things out. The survivalist nature that I've gone through, one of the reasons why I've chosen the Phoenix is because it's a survivor. You reimagine yourself on a regular basis, and that step forward that you always take is part of that journey where you will find yourself. And at the same time now, I have so many more people that just share that likeness, that share that drive to want to be something more. And then you sit there and you look back and you go, hey, it's pretty cool to be a wolf or a dragon or a dog or a bird on the internet, because I got to say, it's a lot more fun. That's what it is. And I've always been here for the fun, and I've always been here for just enjoying life. And what is life without fun at that point? Well, then it's just life, and you're just living it, and you're not pushing forward and doing something for yourself. And that's where I really find myself. That's where I really find all of this, is that I have done something more for myself. And because I'm listening to myself more and speaking my mind a hell of a lot more, I have a lot of people sitting there going, you know what? I can relate. I know where you're coming from. I've been there before. And the mood is very much the same. Everyone has their own ups and downs, but sometimes when you can sit there and you can imagine something even bigger than yourself, those downs don't feel so bad and the ups feel so much greater. That's the difference here. Yes, there is a lot of things that go around in this fandom where, a convention goes sideways. Those things happen. They do happen. They happen with any job. They happen with any situation out there in the internet. Things go sideways. But when you can sit there and just laugh at yourself and play up what you're doing so much more, then it becomes larger than life. It becomes something more meaningful. And that's where I find myself today, in a mode and in a place that just means so much more to myself and everyone around me, that it's just amazing in that sense. I'm very grateful for everyone that watches the channel, that watches the videos, that attend the Twitch. By the way, I'm about to hit 300 followers on Twitch, which is absolutely insane. So go over there and definitely give a follow. We'll be doing another stream Friday night. Saturday night is up in the air. I don't know if Saturday I'll be able to, because I am traveling to Calgary to attend a event. But other than that, I'm hoping over the Christmas here that I can maybe stream Christmas evening. We'll have to wait to see on that one. It's been a hell of a time in my life and in many others that are being surrounded by the stuff that I've done. And I am really taken back. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun being able to do these things with friends. And moving forward, I hope that I can do a lot more things with friends and just do my own videos and my own sense of stuff with friends joining me and doing so much more. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. Have yourselves a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I am your proud Canadian Phoenix, Cindershadow, and I will see you again very soon. And don't forget, when you take those steps forward, it's just the start of the journey. It's what happens between now and then that really will write that story. Have yourselves a great day.